Well, hey dupes, remember when I said this was going to be kind of a short playthrough? Nice and quick, a little bit of modded versus non-modded. Well, we're coming up on cycle 1000! As always, oxygen not included, keeping you busy. Well, welcome back, my fellow dupes, to the Mere Madness. I am building things up here, both on the left and right at the exact same time. Many projects in work. So, last time over here we had a run-in with a volcano, and it didn't really work out all that well for us. And unfortunately, things got a little bit toasty. That said, we have made some corrections. Maybe things will work. But it kind of doesn't necessarily look like it's going to work all that soon. Oh well, we tried. So, I'm going to try to clean this thing up to see if we can get these volcanoes to the point where we're actually going to start building up some nice magma over here. Although, I kind of have my doubts. Another project is that we have relocated the metal refinery over here. And I'm working on the pipes, so we're going to get that up and running, and then we'll actually locate that right up and over here. That'll be nice. We also got a little bit of beautification going on over here on the modded side. Real nice. Building up luxury, because that's pretty much where we're at in this game. Everything's for luxury. However, there is one new piece of equipment that we have that I have yet to install, and that is the molecular forge. And we have been harvesting some pretty good stuff from space here, and that is just about ready to transfer all of its stuff automatically down here into this spot, which would go all the way down here and then end up in our inventory system. Real nice. I don't know how that tile ended up there. Uh-oh. Seems like these aluminum temperature shift plates are doing a good job. Condensed a lot of the water down here, but unfortunately, we have now filled it up with water, so gotta go ahead and deconstruct some of those and move them up so that we can continue to chew away at this steam. I don't really need this steam over here. Now, there's one thing that I did last time that I wasn't too happy about. And that is what I did over here with the steam turbine. That is such a vanilla solution. That's gotta go. We're gonna replace this with Stirling engines, just like so. And that will be our solution for this area. It won't generate quite as much power. But then again, it'll generate power when this isn't generating. So, you know, maybe in the long term, it'll actually generate more. There we go. Now we've got a modded versus non-modded. Finally, I need to make some modifications here. We have this thermal nullifier, which is doing its thing. However, it's currently in a carbon dioxide environment, which isn't all that great. I really need to bring down, I need to seal this up, and then I need to surround it with some hydrogen, and that would do the job. So what I want to do here is I want to take a little bit of ceramic and see if I can replace these tiles, but I really can't. I have to first deconstruct the building. So let's do that. Gosh, this is going to mean dupes running all over my base. Hold up. Nope, they're still trying to escape. No, don't do it, dupes. Stay over here on the left. The last thing I want is one of these dupes without a suit to find its way over here into the volcano. Oh, it's erupting. So what's happening here? I'm guessing, yeah, this magma's going to cool down. At least when it's in the doors, it's not doing anything too bad. But I'm guessing it's going to solidify over here, and then I'm going to have to go dig it up again. As you can see, I'm trying to set up an auto sweeper here, and this will be for the igneous rock. So I'll do that number, and then I'll say sweep only, set it to priority level 9, which means I can go in here and I can sweep out this igneous rock, and using this dispenser, just kind of put it over here. That way it doesn't end up in the rest of my base and end up super hot. So we'll just cool it down with the water down below. No, dupes. No. They're trying. Stop. Don't do it. I see you sparkling. Meep. Momentum. Dude. Well, I mean, at least you found your way out. Wait. You just did a full circle. Wait. What does this do? Can't look everywhere. How you doing, Whizbangery? I see that you're picking up the obsidian. And we're dropping it over here. Okay, that's awesome. You can see that its temperature is now cooling down. And just dropping right on the most pissed off poke shell ever. Man. I mean, technically, it looks like this is working out. So that's nice. Except for that one. Okay, Come on, Toxic Fairy, just keep sweeping. You'll get it eventually. All right, let's move on here for a little bit. Let's see what else we have. This spot up here, temperature 90 degrees Celsius. Let's go ahead and build up inside of there. Why not? I mean, it's so hot the atmosphere is sweating. So it's basically Florida. Anyhow, we're mopping this thing up, and what I'm going to do is continue to build up the luxury over here. The modded dupes over here has already put a little DNA statue there, which is pretty nice. Although I do feel like they could do a little bit better. Isn't that right, Super Meep? Dun 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 dun. Alright, let's go for the monument base. Oh, look at all that steel. Yeah, and all my resources just vanished. And then, I should be able to, oh my gosh, put another one right there. And then one more all the way up here. That'd be some real flexing. Now, if only we could build a giant sweepy statue. By the way, thank you for everybody who actually purchased one of those little sweepies here. I only had about 30 of them. If you are looking for one, let me know down there in the comment section below. I'm definitely okay with doing a second batch. Although I will say it's not like it's the most profitable thing in the world. It's a fair amount of work for what is a relatively not huge amount of money. But I'm glad that people enjoy them, and I'm learning a lot from it, so that's awesome. I've also kind of reinvested a fair amount of that income already in kind of one of those small resin printers. I know a lot of people were sending me 3D prints to print. However, they weren't really designed for the machine I actually have. So resin printer will allow me a lot more flexibility, so I've got that. I'm just waiting for the resin to show up. But one thing I would like to do there is maybe some miniatures, you know, little 10 centimeter dudes. Uh-oh, like Meep over here. Meep! Anyhow, something like that I think would be pretty cool. All right, so you can see how this is actually working. We got these temperature shift plates here, and they're actually starting to condense the water down. That's cool. All right, so over here on the modded side, I'm gonna keep digging down here. I got a lot of water, but I've also got a potential for tons of energy right down here. A little different strategy over here on the modded side, just to kind of reclaim this power. Especially if we can get something like the Stirling engine to do this. I mean, I wonder how much we could harvest with Stirling engines if we just spam them. Clearly, I have to do that. Anyhow, you get the idea. Dig everything, dupes. Dig it all. Oh, and by the way, this robo miner seems to be just fine underneath the water. That's different. Who's catching on fire? Cry? Cry? No! No, 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 no. Bad dupe. Bad dupe. You move on. Gosh. Oh, no, you're so far away. Wiz! Wiz, no. No, no. No, no. I know I deconstructed this, dupes. That doesn't mean, like, instantly run off to your death, okay? I know that's what you think. Because at this point, I understand that you can actually think. We have been here long enough to... You're slightly sentient. You know, I might end up with... If we keep doing this, I might end up with one of those shared memorials that literally everybody was commenting about. I think that was the only comment on the last video. Tips, please. Thank you. Thank you, Nyron. Alright, how's the gas situation doing here? We've got plenty of oxygen. Good, good. Then we got this weird bit of carbon dioxide. Actual gas. Ah, oh, isn't that nice to have some dinner in? Gas flow. Such an interesting problem, huh? Hey, look, I got the transit tube access point running. Nice. Let's go over here to the right side and start to dig this up a little bit. Oh, hey, look, we got a royal shine nymph. Hey, remember that whole thing? No, please don't. Psych! Looks like the drop tube is coming along real nice. Kind of do this number. Build that right there. Keep building that. Yeah. Then if we have enough steel, which apparently, of course we're not gonna see any. That's where I build this. Yeah, I think things over here are coming along nicely. So what I'm looking to do is put an auto sweeper right here, and next to that auto sweeper, that's where the loader is going to go. So I don't think I need anything too hot over here. So there we go. So the auto sweeper will pick up and put it in the loader, and the loader goes right over there. Boom. All right, so one of you guys was talking about actually having a sweepy over here and having it sweep up the eggs. Well, I'll have you know that this sweepy is the most disgruntled sweepy ever. It absolutely hates it down here with all of these critters. I don't think I've ever seen it get past here. Like, it just doesn't move. So, sorry, Sweepy, I don't think this is the spot for you. So, just in order to keep this side over here a little bit more efficient, because I am still using the butcher station. I mean, it's working okay, but it's just kind of time consuming. I'm going to try something a little bit different over here, using some incubators, not really running them, just kind of using them for storage. And then maybe we'll automatically sweep the eggs up and just convert those instantly to meat, rather than actually, you know, running the butcher station. It might be just a little bit. Well, I know it'll be a lot more efficient, but things like that. We can see down here that we're doing pretty good as far as a little extra power coming out of this, because we're making all of this steel. And that steel's finding its way all the way up here. You can see that we have just about enough for one, but it's going to take a while. I don't know if we're going to have enough resources, but we might be able to trade for them. We are still doing that. Oh, that was the thing I wanted to find out. All right, it's time for a new dupe. Rakis, welcome to the base, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. All right, how are we doing over here? Hey, that's looking okay. Just got a little bit more sweeping to do, and then we'll have it. I don't think this is selected to obsidian, which is why they're not doing it. There we go. 31 dupes in this base. That's a pretty big base. We got a lot going on. Speaking of this, we got more stuff to build up here. I was kind of hoping we'd mop this, but it didn't happen. Theopolis. Dupe, you're gonna pee all over the place, aren't you? Oh no, I gotta manage these skills. I haven't looked at these in a long time. Alright, so for the most part, a lot of these dupes are getting super hard digging. But not all of them are getting super duper hard digging. I don't know why I find that funny. Anyhow, stuff like that. And definitely have a lot of people with exosuit training. All the goodies. Super Mape, you're not a rocket pilot yet? Oh man, now you are. Of course you are. Where's Super Bubbles? Same deal with you. Alright, that's a lot of job upgrades. Dupes, you guys are supposed to be sleeping over here. What are you doing? Playing around with the vertical wind tunnel. By the way, it does work. Like, we're pulling the oxygen out down from here and pushing it up there. Such a genius plans. Alright, how's the liquid spaghetti working over here? Oh, I kind of lost track on this. Flow chart, flowing, flow. And priority level more. Priority level more. You need to stand on something. Wait, you see this? This is copper. You know what that means. This volcano ran. Oops. Wait, no. Did they all? No, they're all just coming in here to pee. Oh, I see. They're all waiting for the printing pot. What's up with the dupe powwow? I've done the door thing. I know you understand. Okay, you can go through or not go through, right? To this day, the door thing has never been fixed. Ideas, but no solutions. Uh-oh. I see salt water. Uh-oh. I see salt water. No. Well, I did want water over here, so. Alright, so we're about to see the copper volcano do its thing. Now, it is worth mentioning that if you get too much liquid or gas pressure on top of this, it will stop. There is a maximum pressure for volcanoes. You can look it up on the Oxygen Not Included wiki. There's a good chart there. But you can see that this is working as intended. Although I might want to put the auto sweeper on some sort of timer so that it only runs for a certain amount of time throughout the day. But anyhow, the copper is dropping down, just like so, into the oil. And it's doing its thing, so it's shipping out. Although the temperature of that is really high. Oh, there we're getting some steam. Nice. Still sort of waiting on that pipe to build up there, but you can see that we do have a good amount of steam. One thing that happened here is that this auto sweeper is just running a little bit too quick. I just need to hook it up to a timer sensor and only run it every 600 seconds or something like that. So I'll see if I can get in here just like this. You've only got one cycle, Dupes. Please? Squirm's got it. Come on, Dupes. Come on. Star, how did you get down here? No. No. What are you doing? What? Of course you did. And now you're flying all the way up here, which means is there a hole to space? There's a hole to space, darn it. These dupes, I tell you what. You too, Meep? See now, imagine just the path you had to take to get all the way down here for this sensor. Deliver. Yeah. 0.3 cycles. Come on, dupes. Oh no, the slowest dupe. A midterm. Come on, no. No. Oh, look at him. This is a who we're waiting on. Ugh. Come on, dupe. You didn't even build it? Alright. Red duration. 500 seconds, green duration 10, something like that. You get the idea, it's not active most of the time. Just like my dupes in trying to actually build a single tile. So there we go, all that copper down there is transferring around with the oil, and its temperature is dropping down quite a bit. You can see we still got another 400 seconds or so before that one starts to sweep out. I could have made more shipping rails here and actually had it go back through the crude oil. That would have been a good idea. But I didn't think that far ahead, so I would have had to do something a bit like this. So then when it comes out, it goes whoop, like that. You know what? I have access to this spot. I might as well go down there and try to do it. It's not like my dupes are building it anyhow. Alright, we'll see how that works out. Aha, there we go. Soulgate, congratulations. You have been promoted to Rocket Navigator. I actually want you to go ahead and start to run this rocket up here a little bit more. And we're going to start blasting that off and harvesting up more stuff. Also digging out all of this stuff over here. This way we can get in here and build some neat things. And I'll seal this up so that it actually doesn't vent into space. Because it's not good to constantly be losing oxygen over there right now. But the neat thing is that since it is exposed to space, this side over here will be a vacuum. Oh yeah! Love when that rocket fires up. Bye-bye! Ice Fox. Alright, back on the modded side, working on building things up over here, and also setting this up so we can actually go up here and kind of get into that area. It looks like this area has decided to stop sweating, which is nice. Although it is still relatively hot. I don't really want a bunch of water. So I'll try to mop it up. There you go, Meep. Cry, you found yourself stuck up here, huh? Of course you did. Alright, so what I'm looking to do is take this pump, kind of move it up to this area so that I can have my dupes travel up here and then over. And then this is sort of like the space launch area up here. So this will be the tank for the water. And then right up here is where you go to get into space, which eliminates this area over here. So you kind of go up and then out. Oh, what did we ship down here that was so hot? I think it might have been the stuff that fell down. Oh, from here. Yeah. Well, that was kind of hot. Ooh. That is indeed quite hot. What do you got there? A bunch of obsidian, granite, mafic, yeah. Alright. The stuff that's coming out of the rocket really shouldn't be that hot. However, the stuff coming from around the rocket. Yeah, that stuff is really hot. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to drop it right here into this larger pool of water. That should cool it down. More water, no! All right, so there we go. Now it's dropping all of the things over here, which is quite hot. Igneous rock at 600 degrees Celsius. At least this is a fairly decent sized body of water. That is a lot of heat. Speaking of conveyor rails doing the things, how's this doing? I mean, we got close. I don't know what happened to that one. Oh, did it melt? Probably. It probably melted. All right, so stuff is falling. Oh, okay, here we go. You can see that the shipping rail is doing its thing, so stuff that's coming out of the rocket right here. Nice. I might actually want to double that up so it goes a little faster. Or we could not. We could not, because that would just drop down there and cause all kinds of problems. All right, it seems like most of the material down there isn't too incredibly hot. So here's what I'm going to do. We're actually going to ship that through these rails. That should take care of it. After all, these are metal tiles, so they get a little warm, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Famous last words. But here we go. Yeah, see? That's not too bad. Stuff that's coming out the other end is 40-some degrees Celsius. Nice. I mean, it is going in at 100 degrees, so clearly. Who's on fire, though? Ah, you opened that up. That was not necessarily a smart move. Coming on over there to deal with that. Full base cooling. Oh no, it's out of power. That's not good. Why is it out of power? Alright, so now the heat's starting to find its way in. Yeah, it's only 100 degrees Celsius. Don't worry about it. It's kind of hot over here. See, this is why you put your farms inside of insulated tiles. Yeah, we're only at like 40 degrees over here where we're actually at. By the time we get all the way over here to the right, though, it's at 100. Technically, I do have a liquid pipe around. Okay, many of them. That would be capable of dealing with this heat. But it would mess with my farms, and I don't really want to mess with my farms, even though I have 20 million food. Alright, working the pipes, trying to get all this figured out. I want you to go over here, which means I want you to build that, and that, and that, and that. Alright, just cleaning up this spot. We're almost there. Oh, come on, dupes. Build it. Ate it. Ate up. Thank you. Now we can go over here and let a little bit of that steam into this room. That should leave us with a little bit of water down there. Nice. Hey, look at the steam turbine run. Good deal. Should probably start to harvest that power rather than just consume it, but whatever. You get the idea. All very doable. And we could do that right up here. Raucous is going to come on over here, take out that tile. That'll let in a little bit of liquid down here, which is awesome. We can interact with that, cooling down the Stirling engines even more, which should allow those to generate a fair bit more power. Look at that, 30 watts, not bad, each. All right, so to harvest a little bit of power from this, the first thing we need to do is get access to this area and build up a barrier. So put in some diamond tiles right there. And the ladder, and just kind of have at it. Actually, I don't want to dig up this spot right here. That's probably going to break, because there's a lot of water up there. Okay, we'll dig in like that. And then, basically, if this is full, then what we can do is just take a power transformer and run power out of this area. And then find a neat little spot where I can take it and dump it back into my larger line right there. What I can do is bring this over here like that. And there we'd have a little, and now I'd have a little bit of geothermal power. Ha, real nice. All right, so how are things doing in this area? You know, not too bad. It's actually starting to cool down a little bit. That's down about 15 degrees. Those tiles got real hot though, so it's gonna be toasty over there for a while. Still, we were able to clear that area out, which means we should have a nice clean chute all the way from the bottom, all the way up here and into space. How are we doing in this area? Ooh, Still 90 degrees over there too. Hot. Super hot. We got a bunch of water that I still got to do something with. Oh, who's incapacitated? Oh no! Slain? What? Pokeshell, did you do this to Igor? Oh no. Cry! Oh, jeez. Quick, get him out! And while we're at it, let's go ahead and just replace all of these tiles with insulated tiles because, yeah, it's that hot around here. Start. Nope. Nearly you. All my dupes. Oh, no. 3 of them down. Help. Oh, who's got... This is not going well. Crispy dupes. Nah, Meep. This isn't a good spot for you to go. I mean, I want you guys to build this, but I don't want you to build it from the right side. Okay? Does that make sense? Whiz-bangerate. Don't go that way. That was a dangerous move. You went in here, came out there. These dupes. Oh, hang on. What's happening over here? We've got a volcano running. This is down to milligrams, so there's hardly anything in there. Cancel analysis, by the way. We're never going to go in there. And then this thing. No, suppress current, okay. Except for we have igneous rock over here. It's not, I mean, it's close, but not exactly really what I wanted. This thing's dormant because, again, that's close, but we're not quite there. All right, so here we go. We're about to see this copper volcano run once more. And what I want to see is that the copper drops down here, we get a little bit of the heat out of it, but then when we go to ship it, we get a lot more of that heat out of it. And there it goes, it's a running. Alright, so if we see what's going on here, we have the copper and it is dropping down at like 1,000 degrees Celsius, so pretty hot. But you can see that we're not picking it up just yet. The arm will grab it here pretty soon though, because I just kind of hit the timer wrong. But this, starting at about 1,000, a little over 1,000, it's now down to 700 or so. That's going to be swept up, and then we're going to run it through this conveyor line, which will then separate it out into much smaller chunks and run that back through the crude oil. So we should see a big drop in temperature from when we sweep it up by the time it gets to these rails right here. So there we go, it's picking it up, and now it's going to ship this out 2 different directions. And each time it's doing this, it's 20 kilograms. So you can see the temperature that it's coming out at, 630 degrees. And then as it's running through this line, by the time it's out of that, it's dropped to 300. So we dropped 300 degrees Celsius out of that. And then it's 270 or 280 degrees right there. So not bad. We got a decent amount of heat out of it. Which is why the steam turbine's running as much as it is. Which I really want to get piped back into my base. Anyhow, on the right here, if we take a look at where this travels, it runs all the way over here. Interestingly enough, by the time it's over here, it's actually cooling down quite a bit. And I think it has to do with that mechanized airlock. Oh, and stuff like this weight plate. So it's just hitting tiles that are kind of absorbing some heat. It would be alright if I kind of just bumped this into some tiles through here. That would cool it down. So if I took some metal tiles and just put them right here, that would work. Now as far as the left side, where does that go? Oh, it goes through this area here. So it cools down as well. So by the time it's out of there, it's 35 degrees Celsius. Ha! Fancy. I knew I was getting heat out of it. All the power. So technically speaking, that's kind of what I hope to do with these volcanoes here, there, and everywhere. All right, so you get the igneous rock out of them real quick, sweep it up, and then run it through a spot, well, a really long line of these Stirling engines, just to kind of see just how much heat I can get out of them. Now, this volcano over here, unfortunately, cooled down to enough to where I have igneous rock. I think it just has to do with the microscopic amount of gas in this area. Although it is cooling down awfully quick for as much gas as there is. I think I'm going to try to get some of the steam out of this area over here. This might be a terrible idea, But we're gonna go right up here and dig this out, dropping that liquid down. I just really need this to not be full of steam. That way I can just let it vent out of here. Either that, or I could find a way to delete it, maybe. If I mess around with the doors. If I set that to 1, will that do it? I set that to 0.1 right here. That should allow this door to just about close to the point where we're actually going to destroy some of that steam. Because I'm closing this one too fast. I think I can actually do that. So that one closes, and then these both close. 466. Yeah, that's actually working. It's deleting a little bit. Only a few kilograms, but it is actually working. Ooh, a lot more when you run it fast like this. Ha 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 ha. Take that, Steam. Next level door compressor. I think I'll pat myself on the back for that one. That was pretty clever. All right, so just to explain what's going on here, I'm pulling a vacuum on the left-hand side, but because I've changed the sequence a little bit, I'm actually deleting the gas on the right side. So, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. The second I look away from it, it'll probably break. All right, it's time for another new dupe. Alpha Big Dog, welcome to the base. Thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. You are going to be going to the left. Ooh, hey look, the modded dupes has now built up the base. Awesome. And looks like we're just waiting on some plastic. Oh, but the top monument still needs a lot of steel. So maybe I'd trade for plastic for a little while. That's a pretty good thing to trade for. And with that wire connected right there, I am now harvesting power from the copper volcano. And I don't even need any power to come into this thing because it's its own power source. Ha! So it's all good. All right, over here on the volcano compressor, we are deleting the amount of steam that I do have inside of here, so that's good. And we also let loose all of this steam, which has dropped the temperature. But I wouldn't say it's really done what I wanted it to do. However, I feel like there's steps moving in a direction, and I'm not sure if they're the right direction, but they're moving. Being able to send out a rocket and have it come back and be able to sort it out, that's actually working out pretty good down here. So that's, the temperature's dropped back down to something reasonable. Not a big deal. It definitely got a little toasty there for a moment. Eventually, one of these rockets is going to come back. It's going to be like a cycle, though. Reworking this liquid up here so that I can run the transit tube right there. Just kind of a little messy. Just got to clean things up. You know, what? Tell us, sir. Why? What? How did you get in here with a jet suit? If I send you back up there, where do you go? What? Oh, of course. If you give them even the slightest opportunity, of course they'll do that. We've got multiple dupes inside of jet suits. Jeez. Oh, that's rude.